Hi Virgo, welcome to your week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book your personal reading with me, you can do so on the website address below. And before we start, as always, I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So with that said, for your key to the week, you have the Hermit card, right? And this is your card. Ultimately, this puts you very much in your own energy this week, even though we're moving out of your season and into the season of Libra. This is going to see you really being very powerful. It's going to see you really being aligned with whatever your own values are. And then this week as well, the feeling that I'm getting from this is there's something that you want or need to get to the bottom of. And this week you're going to be able to use the energy that surrounds you for that. It also feels like a lot of you are gearing up to take a project public, but you're not quite done with it yet. All right, for your actions and options this week, you have the Page of Swords. So it looks like there's some sort of a meeting coming up. This could be to do with your work, your job, your profession, your company, your business. For a lot of you, this could be about finally taking on, somebody new. Maybe this is you're hiring somebody. Maybe you are connecting with somebody over, in terms of like a meeting. Very often I see the Page of Swords for meetings, interviews, invites to things as well, which is great. And the fact that this comes up in your actions and options, this could be you accepting an offer or an invitation when it comes to work or the profession, but it could also be you extending that to somebody or sitting down at a meeting, so to speak. For your communications and conversations this week, you have the Five of Swords. This is not an easy card when it comes to communications because it literally means fraught communication. The fact that you have this Five of Swords as well, one of the things that you really want to be aware of here is this is going to be a week where communication wise it does feel like people are just not going to get where you're coming from. And it may be that you kind of feel like, you know what, I'm speaking really plainly. I'm being as clear cut as I possibly can. But those, for some reason, there's crossed wires. I don't know why. It kind of feels like a personal Mercury retrograde. If that makes sense, it's almost like it's specifically something that's happening for... Excuse me, like specifically something that's happening for you. The fact that you have that Page of Swords up there as well, this might be a week where you want to be really cautious that you're not necessarily coming across as forceful, but just where you're trying to really explain yourself, it might come across as maybe you're being a bit patronizing, and there's a potential here with this card for some real crossed wires. Just be sure to think about maybe the tone of your voice or the way that you're delivering the information that you're delivering, just because it could be misconstrued this week. I mean, you have the Hermit card there as well, which kind of suggests that you're probably going to want to vet everything on your own before you put it out there anyway, all right? For your money and materials, but the payoff is this, right? Whatever project you're hoping to launch, whatever business aspect you're hoping to put out into the world in some way, the results are absolutely there. When it comes to your money, your finances, this is a great week. Even if there are some crossed wires or some frayed nerves, finances look good this week, right? You've got the Sun card, you've got ultimate blessings, light and love and heat and all the rest of it. Now, this is right underneath the Page of Swords, and that's why I say to you, it does feel like there's either a connection this week that's being forged that could be really good for you, even if it maybe gets off on a rocky start. There could be an idea that's presented to you or one that you're invited to this week that you think, actually, you know what, yeah, I wouldn't mind being a part of that. And when it comes to whatever your personal projects are, that Sun card says anything that your personal projects are tied to money with could do very, very well. Now, when it comes to your physical health and vitality, I mean, the sun has just gone through your sign, so it's reinvigorated you, it's renewed you, you know. The way I see a solar return, like, you know, your birthday, it's kind of like the sun's traveled the whole zodiac and it's brought you all of this new knowledge and information, and it's infused it within you. So this is really nice, and it's funny as well, because especially if you're like an ascendant Virgo, the sun is literally now moving into Libra, will be your second house, so it's putting a spotlight on your money and on your finances, which, you know, may see you doing the Virgo thing and being extra scrutinizing over the whole thing as well. So it'd be interesting to see how that plays out for you guys. But yeah, certainly health and vitality is definitely there for your home and environment as well. I actually feel like you're getting to a space where you'll probably be able to enjoy it a lot more, or certainly where you will be able to start not even beautifying it, but just really sort of having that nice lived in experience within your home, you know. For your love and relations, you have the Knight of Wands. So lots of passion, lots of fire here, lots of sensual, sexy time. I mean, you've got this right underneath the Five of Swords. So it does suggest that there could be a little bit of a make-up and a break-up and a make-up sort of energy, which is never a bad thing. I mean, the fact that you have here as well, this Knight of Wands coupled with the Sun card, that suggests that the relationship is strong this week. It's really strong, and maybe you're both feeling fired up and feisty about something, and so, you know, that energy compounded. I mean, we are under a Mars retrograde after all. For those of you that are single, this could be great. You could definitely be meeting somebody this week, or you could be talking to someone. Now, remember that Five of Swords energy, the way that you communicate, the tone of your voice this week is what's really going to count. It's not necessarily going to be about what you say, it's more going to be about how it's said and ultimately how it's received. And I know that's really challenging, because obviously we can't ever be responsible for what somebody else understands or the way that we come across, but we can control how we disseminate whatever it is that we're going to say. All right, so just keep that in mind this week. I think it's definitely going to be an interesting one for sure. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.